to my show. And I'm your host, Engelic. This is my sixth episode of the Engelic Everett Show. And I've got the opportunity to sit and chat with my amazing, beautiful, and talented friend, Miss Jessica Levesque. She is an advocate, actress, entrepreneur, reporter, and an interviewer. Thank you, Jess.
Oh, thank you for having me today, Angelique. It's a real honor. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my goodness, I haven't done an interview in a while.
Well, you know how to have you on my show.
It's a real honor and real exciting to be in the exact same,
So,
interview.
who are you, and tell me about yourself?
Well, my name is Jessica Levesque. I am from Buffalo, New York. I've been here my whole life. I I have a developmental disability, high functioning form of autism, which I was diagnosed at the age of 3. And all my life, I have been told that I couldn't really do stuff. This was from teachers, students. They had told me I could never achieve any of the dreams that I always wanted to be, which I will get to in a little bit.
Okay. Well, you already told me about your background already, because that was the other question I wanted to ask you was tell me a little bit about your background.
Mm-hmm.
But you already told me that already. So,
Yeah.
what have you been doing? What have you been doing before and after COVID-19?
Well, at the time, I used to be a dancer. Like I would do dance performances at one of our dance studios. And I also used to physically perform on stage way before COVID hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been acting for almost nearly a decade. And at the time as well, I used to also do music rehearsals with a band called Universal Mind.
Ooh.
So as one of their singers,
Well, we're
real
going
honor.
to get to that in more detail a little bit later. You have a
Oh,
question on that too. So,
yeah. I'm also an entrepreneur. I own my own shop online currently. I sell jewelry. Here's an example. I make rings.
ooh, pretty.
It was easy to do. My aunt showed me how to make a ring. You just glue that on.
Oh, is that one of your favorite pieces you like to make?
This is definitely one of them. Yeah, well, this is definitely one of them. And I would make necklaces. So here's another example. I made this. So this was one of
That's,
my, thank you. Yeah, I had made one of these. So
I'm,
I'm wearing the Trixie's Treasure Chest Original. That's what my store is called.
ooh,
So
I like the name of that. Okay.
I
I'm
love the pirates
definitely
and
gonna have to get you to make me a flower ring. 'Cause I like the flower ring.
oh, I do sell flowers and I make them. The hair flowers. They're easy to. I just love making them.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to get you to make me a flower ring though. 'Cause I really love this flower ring you got on your finger. So
I have them all in my shop,
okay.
which Angelique will have the link below.
So oh, how have you been coping with the virus?
Oh, you know what? I'm not afraid to share this, but I've had a lot more bad days. And I'm not ashamed to say that I have been getting virtual help through professionals.
Well,
You
that's
know,
good to know.
we have to throw that stigma away when it comes to people getting therapy. It's not a bad thing, to get therapy or anything like that. It really helps you emotionally mentally and spiritually, because it helps you get through the day on what new coping mechanisms can you do, since you can't really tune out certain things that you normally do when you're out and about. But when you have the right network that'll help you virtually, that's what helps me get through the day.
Oh, okay.
But also, I've been watching my favorite movies, TV shows. I've been, Star Wars has been helpful. Shout out to Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. Mandalorian, I highly recommend you guys checking it. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, fantastic. I am not going to lie to you. Oh, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Great TV show, though.
Oh, I heard about that. Okay.
I love it. I ain't gonna spoil too much, but shout out to the actors. They did a great job. Hi, Sebastian Stan. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Go right ahead.
It's my favorite. There's been a lot of shows that have been really helping me out. Ease out the energy, the negative energy, and that's what.
Sound like to me that you like comic books.
Yes, I do.
I knew it. I knew it.
I love,
I myself too, so I can't say nothing about that.
What? That's how it motivated me to read. Also, that's how I got to read, because a lot of these teachers, they would literally confiscate. This was a long time ago. My mom would get me comic books, and so would her brother, and they would confiscate my comic book, and they'll be like, "You won't get it for the day." I'll be like, "Why? This is not reading." And then, according to my mother, she's a doctor in English literature and stuff, and she does a lot of these things. No, literacy is literacy.
Yes, it is.
And it's considered reading, and it's still educational. It's that old mindset that comic books are bad for you, when really they are wrong. There's a lot of creativity involved, and there's a lot of things you could do on your spare time when it comes to, tuning out the world to a world of what fantasy is through a comic book.
I agree about that. I don't know if you know her, Jewel Cass. I actually got to meet her, and I think I still have a picture in my phone with me and her posing together for a picture.
She was a great friend of mine.
What? I love her. I'm telling you.
I love her.
Sad when I found out she passed away.
Rest in peace, Jewel. Shout out to her family too. I think about her every day.
I got a couple of books from her too. I got her autograph from me. So
yeah. I love Jules. She was the sweetest person. No doubt. I miss Jewel Cats. It's the people that you miss, the most. It's really hard.
Yeah, I really loved her.
She was loved by so many.
So why start a business?
Because it's really funny you say that, because a long time ago, when being at high school, you were told to do specific stereotypical things during and after high school, because they didn't tell you can be a business person or be an author or be anything like that. They didn't tell us that you could be an entrepreneur. They didn't tell me any of this. So I had to figure out my own way. So I had asked my family members, I was like, is this possible that I can make my own jewelry and sell it, as business wise? And they said yes. I'm like, why didn't I learn this at high school? And they're like, my family goes, maybe they didn't want to tell you about that, because it's the expectation of stereotypical job. I'm not saying, I'm not against it. They, certain jobs and stuff, they require Normally, because they suggested to do janitorial work, and that's a stereotypical thing that they suggest for us. Now, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Everybody
Mm.
has their own niches and jobs, what they love and what they don't love. So they didn't really tell us that you can be your own business owner or be a writer, or, host a channel, anything like that. They didn't tell us anything like that.
What?
So yeah, I didn't know about it. So that's where I had, started finding out so many things that opens up a whole new world when it comes to being your own business owner, because you
Well,
get to be your own boss,
you got
which is
that
really
right. I
awesome.
agree about that. That is like every time when I go out and do a presentation or whatever, I always tell people, you're unique, and I'm unique in my own way. Everybody's
Hmm.
unique in their own way. Even though you have a disability, doesn't mean nothing. Just reach,
Yeah.
just fulfill your dream, and everything will come into place.
Yeah, that's the stuff that I really wish they would have told us.
And
But I'm glad I learned it sooner.
never give up.
Never, ever give up at all. If you have a dream, go do it. It can be anything you can ask for. I mean, not everybody can, you know, not everybody asks for so much, it may vary on each person. I'm not going to judge on someone else's occupation because that's probably what they enjoy. Everybody has a different occupation that
You,
each one of us enjoys.
I did not know I was going to be an author. Okay, I did not know I was going to be a writer. I've been a writer, I would say, when I was a kid. I'm not ashamed to mention that. But when I got into fashion and doing fashion and stuff like that, making t-shirts and stuff like that, with me and Shanine got to do, talking and stuff like that. And she said, well, I got this, you know, this dream about running a fashion business, and you were in it as my partner. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's
Did
do
you
it.
have some models in your fashion?
Huh? I got an eye for fashion. I can't lie about that.
Who modeled some of your clothes?
Uh, well, easy. The one I'm talking to, Miss Jess Levesque.
I
And
just had I just
also
had a
my
rib
dear
on you.
friend Kelly Vogelson as well too.
I had a rib on you. It's I
And I still have a picture of me, you, and Shanita in my phone with our t-shirts on as well
oh,
too. Speak up against bullying.
bingo.
Hmm. I think I'm the one that had that t-shirt, I believe.
I have
This is not about
the bag.
me. It is actually about you. This interview is about you. You brought that up. When did you model?
I well, I auditioned. This was, oh my God, this was during I was either 15 or 16. Um, I tried to audition for it, but I mean, I got a gift card, didn't win. So, that kind of was swept under the rug. But I had always wanted to be an actress, a dancer, and a singer.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Hmm.
Well, let me go back into the whole business concept. So, what
Uh-huh.
are your duties and responsibilities as a business owner?
Oh, duties and responsibilities to really keep up with my shop. Right now, things have been, I mean, I'm very grateful. I still have my shop intact, and it just remains online. So the thing is, you got to remain relevant. At the time, I had to go to festivals, or I loved going to festivals, or fairs and stuff. I was able to sell my jewelry, hair accessories, my fashion line. Um, you got to remain, notified of what events are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to be notified through, friends that work at these festivals, or people that know somebody, mutual friend of another mutual friend. They'll be like, hey, do you want to check this out? I'll be like, okay, so what's the budget? You know, this and that, and this. You know, there's a lot of things, budget wise, money wise, making, you gotta, still make your jewelry. Yeah, it's always, it's not really that much chaos as you think it would be. Right now, it's not because of COVID. So
Oh,
now my shop remains on Etsy. So I remain from here, shipping and handling, so
ooh.
I do have a tough time with a little bit of giving back change. So
Yeah, me
that
too.
that's
Mhm.
part of my autism. I mean, I'm good at other things, but still working on it. But we all are working on what we need to do.
Well, that's good. And I
Y-
do agree about what you said. I have not been on Etsy before. I have been on Etsy, but me personally, I have not been on Etsy. So, not as a business, I want to know wise.
Oh, you would love Etsy. There's a lot of things
Mm.
you can ask for on there. It depends on like a lot of the art can be very expensive. A lot of movies, TV shows, and music really inspired me to really want to pursue the dreams that I had always wanted to be since I was a little girl.
Oh.
And I would dance in front of the TV to Grease and sing and dance, hand jive. And I try to do the best I can. I was told no a lot of times when it comes to wanting to do any of those. It was like, okay, so I let that slide under the rug. I was like, why don't I give it another chance? Not listen to the others, and you know and let me take the risk. Let's see how far along this goes,
Mm.
which I'll get to in a bit.
Okay. I'm surprised you haven't actually, when I asked that question, I'm surprised you didn't mention your mother. Because I know your mother is a big aspect of you. So I'm
well
surprised
yeah
you're
she's
thinking about her.
well yeah she's definitely my motivator and stuff. She's always wanted me to really achieve the dream.
Well, that's
Well,
good.
hmm?
And that's good because I love your mom. So that's good.
But most parents, can, you know, realizing how I've been so lucky to have a supporting parent that really just wants me to be happy and succeed, and how I can achieve the dream that she has always wanted me to, be who I want to
Oh,
be.
where can we where can we find you? And do you have a website?
Oh, yes, I do.
Uh,
Yes, I do.
well,
I have,
I asked that question.
I
It
have the
is
shop. www.etsy.com/shop/ this is my shop name right now currently. Trixie's Treasures 101. It's capital TRIXIES. Treasures is capital TREASURES 101.
okay. And I totally forgot to ask this one question I'm looking at right now. Why the name Trixie's Treasure Chest? It's very a unique name.
Well, you know what? Trixie, that's definitely my stage name, nickname.
Oh, okay. I
hmm
like that.
So, I was known as the Pixie Trixie. Everybody had seen me as like a fairy, like I was
Yeah.
like a mythical creature. And I was inspired because of like some of like pirate movies. So I
Uh,
was like, treasure chest. Wait a minute. So I had thought of like, oh my goodness, I have jewelry. I have all of this. Let's make it to a treasure chest.
yeah.
Like the metaphor. So I was like, oh my goodness, because I love skulls and skeletons, just like some of the pirates, what they have. So that's what I was really influenced. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to make it into this. And it happened.
That's good. I'm telling you, everything happens for a reason. I'm telling you.
I believe that very deeply. Everything happens for a reason.
And I love the name. It's like I said, it's very, very unique.
Yeah, thank you. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome. When did you get into acting in a documentary?
Oh, documentary. Oh my goodness, we get to talk about this. Do you want me
Yeah.
to, oh my goodness, this is real exciting. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Um,
well, this is actually my first ever documentary. I'm going to announce it on here. It's going to be called Fred Head's Documentary.
ooh.
And it's my first ever film that they're going to talk about all of the fans of the Freddy Krueger franchise. You know,
Oh yeah, I
the
heard
night
about that. Yeah.
the guy that comes into your dreams and kills people. He's the Freddy Krueger. Everybody knows who Freddy Krueger is,
Yeah,
and
you got that right.
he's been around for like, oh my goodness, 40 years. The Freddy franchise has really blew up. And this is what the film is about, talking about fans of how they came together to make this film.
Okay.
And a lot of us come from different backgrounds and different lifestyles and stories. And I had talked briefly about my disability, my developmental disability,
Mm-hmm.
and which was really appealing to the directors and the producers. So but also how it influenced me to gain confidence because of the characters in the film. Like how did this one girl Alice made you into this confident person? I was like, because she evolved with within the films. She evolved into this really strong girl that went from being very, very introverted of herself to being this strong, willing girl that was able to save her friends and her boyfriend and her unborn child just to keep her whole, circle safe. Which, sadly enough, a few of them, some of her friends didn't make it. Spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen Freddy yet. Don't just watch the film. But Fred Head's documentary is going to be a new upcoming film that's going to probably come out. They're finished with the filming process now, or with editing. I take that back. Filming process, interestingly enough, I'm going to tell you how we filmed. We had to send in our videos through our iPhones.
Oh.
So, or some of us did camera, some of us did iPhones, and that's how I auditioned and got the part in the
Ooh.
documentary. So they just finally finished with editing, and now we're waiting and seeing what our director has us doing and when they're going to fully show the video. I know this will come out in Amazon either this year or next year. So
Mm.
we're waiting and seeing how they're gonna release the film,
Okay.
which I'm real excited about. First ever film and being credited on the film. It's real exciting.
Ooh. So what? So were you acting in a couple of plays before you were acting in film?
Yes, I have. I'm gonna say I've been acting for almost 10 years.
Ooh.
My first play was almost 10 years ago. It was called Always October.
I
And
love that movie. I think I've seen that. I think I saw that.
yeah, I was so scared of going to auditions. I didn't know what to expect because that was my first step to getting out of the comfort zone. Like
Yeah.
if I want to achieve this dream, you got to get out of your comfort zone, and that it is true. I was literally like scared to death. I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm well aware there's always going to be competition when it comes to anything in the entertainment business. There's always going to be competition
Yeah.
because you don't know if you're going to get the role or not. So that's always the factor. And you want to try to impress the directors and producers. So I was really scared. And then interestingly enough, I got 2 parts.
Whoa.
So
Okay.
and then I continued off with other theater companies, especially with inclusive theater, which
Mm,
my family's involved in.
that's
So I've been doing a lot of stuff with that. We now remain virtual
oh, okay.
because of COVID regulations, and a lot of our actors, we're inclusive theater has a mix of everybody from developmental disabilities, it's a mix of everybody. And we had to be safe for people who have um, who are at higher risk than any of us during COVID and stuff. So we had to remain, on here, through virtual, through Zoom. And it is different. It's a little bit harder because you can't really do blocking, like, positioning yourself,
Oh,
because you have to, right now we just remain sitting down anywhere in our house, or, it's a very, very different type of energy because normally we're accustomed to having uh, an audience all the time, but now we remain here.
mm,
I mean, before then we did a lot of, we did Shakespeare in the parking lot. That was a big deal. That
I
was a
think
hard
I
play.
think I saw that on social media. I think it was
Yep,
either Facebook or Instagram, and I seen it. Yeah.
that was one of our biggest performances. And then we had another performance before then. I mean, we've had performances like short plays or talking about our stories. I mean, there was the biggest plays we did were Where Will You Put the Things You Say? That was our inclusive's first ever um, play in alleyway theater that they actually did. So that was the first, that was, no, that wasn't the first step. That was their next step to really getting things continuing
Um,
way before COVID.
I
And
love
started,
alleyway theater.
spreading out,
Yeah.
more varieties. I haven't really, been in those groups in a while, you know, things change and, things happen, but, and then COVID, nothing I can really fully do about that. But right now, I've been working on doing stuff for theater virtually.
Yeah, that's good. And
Yeah.
I really didn't mean to bring up inclusive, so I let you kind of banter and talk about that. So,
Oh, you want me to talk about that?
well,
Or
I'm
I could talk about
into that now, but I just thought, I let you banter and talk about it. So, since you're into that, I'll let you banter about that.
it. You're gonna let me be.
Yeah, let you brag about that. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, right now we're gonna do a stigma play. Well, we're gonna record it. It's gonna be through a mental health virtual mob. And
Ooh.
it's, well, yeah, the stigma is about mental health awareness. So
Mm,
we're promoting, mental health awareness, and it's a big deal at this time, during these tough times during COVID and stuff. I mean, mental health is definitely important to really talk about. Like,
all right.
well, yeah, because everybody's going through a lot, and how people are reacting during COVID. So, and it's really good to get the word out for us to do the performance of how, mental health can be shown through theater
Uh, What,
virtually.
what about autism? Because they did have their word autism day that I did not know that I found out on the calendar. It was April, this month, the beginning.
Happy April Autism Awareness Month.
I never knew that, but they had their day as well too, where autism died. I think it was last Friday. I think it was. I think it was.
All month is April Autism Awareness Month, but I
Uh,
will say, life in general, autism will never go away. Autism awareness is every day when you're living with it,
well, that'd be a
especially.
pretty cool play, though. That would be a pretty cool title for a play.
That'd be a really good play, and
Yeah,
definitely, I agree with you. I mean,
that's
yeah,
I said that.
yeah, you made it. But it is important to really let people know that, we'll always have autism. It's never going to go away. I mean, people, at least they can do is just be more sympathetic and empathetic.
I,
That's
I agree about that because every disability, it doesn't go away. It's like with Down syndrome, that
hmm
doesn't go away. So, but
yeah.
we are unique in our
hmm
own way. So that's what I always say when I go out to talk. We are
And
unique.
we're fabulous. We're fabulous. So
That's
don't let our
our
disabilities fool
fabulous.
you.
I always say just like that, make a shout out. We are fabulous.
Fabulous. Don't let see, that's the interesting thing. Looks are deceiving. So don't let the disability fool you, because we've been around the block. You know what I mean, Angelique?
I agree. That's the reason why I got my own show, the Engelic show. I went to uplift people, and I definitely want to empower women in general, but also men as well too.
Yeah, equality and inclusion. That's the biggest thing that we're trying to do at this point. Equality.
You
That's
got
the big
that
thing.
one. When did you start being a dancer and why a singer?
Oh my goodness. It's really funny you say that. When I was a little girl, I actually did perform on stage when I was real little. And I started dancing when I was like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a while, um, over time, we there there weren't really that much of community inclusion when it comes to having a disability going to a dance class. So, we didn't really know at the time, but later in life, I was able to get back into that career again. And that field that I missed so much was dancing. We would get all dolled up and ready, and then we're ready to, jazz, hip hop, and tap, they're tap dancing. So it felt great to get back into that again. So because I didn't realize how much I missed it. And it's a lot of physical activity, a lot of movement. And
Well, it's exercise, so
it is, it's fitness. It is
it's
definitely fitness, and dancing is a sport, you know.
oh, I didn't know that.
It is. It's dancing is a sport. hmm
That's good to know.
Singing, I'm going to tell you about this. It's really
Here
funny
we go.
it's really funny you say that. For a while, I was always very shy about wanting to sing. That was one of my hidden talents. And my great grandmother was a singer.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, she used to sing at like bars and restaurants. She was, oh my goodness. Oh, she was what a fox, that one. She definitely, she had a lot going for her. Um, for a long time, I wasn't so sure about, having enough confidence to really get up on stage and sing. So, I mean, I have done a few talent shows where I have won like gift cards, because of my singing talent.
Mm.
So, um, then afterwards, I was discovered through Universal Mind.
Ooh.
And, oh my goodness, it was a really perfect timing and perfect opportunity. And unfortunately, when COVID hit, I was so bummed. Because I was supposed to perform with them last year and stuff, because I was in the beginning stages of performing with them. And I did sing with them before I actually joined with them. It was at DD Day, and I sang a couple of songs with them. So that's why they wanted me to, perform with them. So I was like, of course.
Well, it's good thing you mentioned about universal minds, because I had a question with that anyway. So it's good thing you mentioned about that.
What
So
would you like to ask?
I will bring that question up right now, then, since we're talking about that. Okay, well, I can be like the lead singer of Universal Minds.
Yeah, they want me to be their well, yeah, I was supposed to technically sing with them. So yeah, I'm definitely one of their lead singers. And unfortunately, it's been really tough because of COVID. Because I'm not, fully vaccinated. So shout out to vaccinations, get them.
I
It's
agree.
not a political statement.
Get the
Get it.
vaccination. Get the COVID vaccines.
And it's responsible, like every adult does. Get vaccinated ASAP. This is not a political statement. This is just science. Science is what's saving us right now.
You're making a shout out. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated, y'all.
Safety first. And safety is sexy.
It's important, and I know that you definitely want to see your loved ones and want to hug them. So get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated. We all want our lives back. Just don't use your brain.
Be safe.
Yep.
And don't forget to wear your mask.
You're so funny. Oh my God. You know what? She's right. She's right, though. You're right.
Well, I don't see that one question, but that's all right. How did you get involved in the entertainment world?
Oh, it's really funny. I don't mind telling you about this, but yeah, all I had to do was,
you know what I'm talking about.
well, yeah, I had to, rehearse. And when it comes to getting involved in theater, dancing, singing and stuff, it does take a lot of work to really get yourself out there. It takes auditions and stuff. I also did film extras with it's called A Mother's Revenge.
Ooh, okay.
And it was a good extra opportunity that we got to, it takes a lot of patience, so you have to wait and watch the film and stuff and see who comes up first. So it takes a lot of waiting, and you have to submit in your photos and your acting bio. So it definitely takes a lot of patience and work. And I had also did my first independent film. It was called The Secret Origins of Mojo Man.
Ooh,
that was my first lead role, and we filmed up in Rochester. And our director was a Hollywood actress. Now she resides here in Western New York in general. I loved working with her. Her name was Susan Gibson. She's appeared on TV shows, movies. Oh my God, I loved working with her. She was the sweetest person. Oh my God, I had nothing but great work with her. Oh my God, nothing but great respect. I loved working with her, and I hope to work with her again. Susan Gibney. She she's been on Lost. Oh my goodness. Star Trek. Oh my God, she was on a lot of shows. Wow. But definitely the sweetest person to work with. She was very down to earth, working with people with disabilities. And she would have never known. She would have never known. Once we had brought up, she was like, wow, I would have never known. You guys are great actors and actresses. It was a short film. It's really funny. I'll have to send you that link, Angelique, of what the film is. So, yeah, that was a great opportunity to do my first movie, independent short film movie. What they do is every year you submit a film That could be through a theater company or a collaboration with any theater company, or it could be with someone you know and stuff. So it's
Mm,
all about who you can work together with, collaboration wise. And each subject changes every year. Like sometimes it's mostly, like, let's just say last year, this was last year, our first film challenge was supposed to be about disability wise. And we did submit our first, that was our first film through inclusive theater to actually get get to actually be credited through the film challenge.
mhm,
And with the film challenge, with entries and stuff, you can win money, or you can win like film crew products and stuff, just so your the theater or studio can get um you know the proper equipment and stuff.
mhm.
So we didn't win last year. We did submit this year for our second disability film challenge.
Oh,
So
okay.
this year was a different subject. So ours was mostly based on mockumentaries.
Ooh, interesting.
So we did something funny, we were all locked in a closet, and and that you have like different people, you have a very upset interior designer, which I had played. My
Mm,
character was a really really, pardon my language, pissed off um interior designer. So that was really fun to do. It was a lot of work because we had filmed during the week and weekend.
mhm,
So that took a lot of patience and a lot of redos, like, cut, action. How does this sound? How do I look? That takes a lot of work, just like every other, film set, but this was at home. Just like it was last year for the Disability Film Challenge, everything was all at home. So, um, we, I believe we did not, yeah, I don't think I'm not sure what the results are in yet, but I think we might have lost again. But at least our names are out there because, a lot of film festivals will now get a hold of our videos. A lot of big, um, like Sunset and Toronto, those are out there. So because we submitted the video and stuff. So, but overall, that was a really great opportunity.
so this is gonna be the fun part of the interview. I know you are a big fan, and I know I am too, of WWE. So we're going to be talking about WWE now. I thought this would be something fun to talk about and something exciting for me to ask you. So, I know you did tell me about you being on Total Divas, that reality show. So I ask you, what is it like to be on a reality TV show like Total Divas?
Oh my goodness. That, you know what? It was unexpected. I'll be upfront about that. It was really, really unexpected because being a fangirl of wrestling and stuff, the way that it happened, we were actually standing outside behind the arena
Oh,
at
okay.
the first Niagara Center. Or is it called the first Niagara Center anymore?
And I think it is. I forgot now. No, the Key Bank Center. It's called the Key
KeyBank
Bank Center
Center.
now. Yeah.
KeyBank Center. Sorry, yeah, that's how old I'm getting. So I'm just kidding. I'm like, because I was like, is it the first Niagara? So it was really funny. We were standing out there at the KeyBank Center, and unexpectedly there was these camera crews, and we were waiting for wrestlers to come out and take selfies and get autographs. And unexpectedly, they had these contracts, and we had to sign something that consent to show our faces.
Mm.
So interestingly enough, there was a whole line of camera crews coming right towards pretty much where all of us, we were like at like the fence area where I was up front, and they all started coming in, and then we see one of the main the main one of the main stars of Total Divas, Paige, comes
Oh,
out.
I was gonna ask that particular question, but go
Paige, well, there was Paige comes out. She was the first one to come out. Oh my
ahead.
gosh, she was meeting everybody, taking selfies. And unexpectedly, they actually got footage of me giving her a couple of gifts.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to see this episode. All right.
It's the season finale, I believe it's season finale, and I can't believe I was on the season finale, but it was the season finale. The title of it was called Return of the X.
Mm-hmm.
Season 5. Season 5? Season 4? Season 5?
That was season 4. Cause I know you were
Season
saying
4.
about
Yeah,
season 4.
season 4. And that was a really unexpected twist to go outside and then you see Paige come out with all these camera crews.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, sadly enough, did not make the cut to the show. They
Oh.
got me and a kid, and her and I taking a selfie, and me giving her a gift and actually complimenting on how she had looked today.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Thanks, I didn't brush it today." I was like, I made you a bracelet." So I made her a bracelet, and I had like a little plushy doll, and
Aww.
she was just, oh my god, she was the sweetest person. Shout out to Paige.
I
She,
love you, Paige, and you
we
look
love you,
good. That's
Paige.
right now. Okay.
We love you, Paige. You know, you're the sweetest person.
You should
We're
definitely
glad
come
you're here.
back. I'm telling you, you should definitely come back.
We need you. I, I had nothing but respect for her. She was always my favorite. I didn't know that was going to happen that day. I didn't know that they were going to film, but it was a perfect timing because I was like, because I did my hair and stuff. Well, I got my makeup and I did everything. So I just didn't know it was going to happen. You know, things come unexpectedly when you least expect it. So it's like, at this point, I was like, wow,
Next year
this is
for
amazing.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. I personally freaked out about WrestleMania because with new regulations,
Oh, and you're finally gonna have some audience now too. That's a good. That's a start.
it's a start. It is scary, I mean, yeah, it's a next step to we're getting to where we are. It's a slow process, but
Mhm.
I mean, you got to be safe at this point. It's a big
You got
deal.
that right.
COVID's no joke, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, what other reality TV show would you like to be in?
What TV show would I like to be in?
You know, 'cause they have a lot of TV shows, especially Total Bellas as well too, with the Bella Trends. I'm saying I love the Bella.
That'd be cool. I would love to. I wouldn't mind reappearing on Total Divas again. But that was unexpected because I didn't know I was going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
there. But I would love to do that again. Appearing as a fan. Maybe, be a fan. Be out in the arena where they normally film all the fans during the wrestling shows. They used to film. They would purposely get footage of me. I'll have to send you photos of that later. Um, they would purposely take photos of me. We used to sit up front because they knew what I looked like. I would have like a hair flower. So, um, they would do that. I would love to voice act in the future too.
Ooh.
I would love to appear on like a cartoon or, do that. Or I would love to do like a Star Wars TV show.
Ooh, man, that would be. And I know that you are. I know you like to sing, so it'll be very interesting if you be on The Voice. I love The
Mm.
Voice.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of competition. I've seen The Voice a few times, but
Ooh.
but it
They have a
seems like,
lot of coaches. I'm telling you, they even gonna have Aria Grande. It's gonna be the
mm,
next season for next year already.
oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah, they got her lined up already. I'm like, what?
But I do like the Masked Singer.
Oh, I love the Matt Singer. Me and my grandma, we always look at it all the time.
Because you never know. I mean, well, they always purposely change their voice because you'll be like, wait a minute, that's got to be like, let's just say they already unmasked Bobby Brown. We already knew Bobby Brown was the crab.
I
We
did not
already
know.
knew.
I did not know that. Really, I did not know that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
what?
there was a dead giveaway. I mean, you know, with his panic attack, and I mean, not to, I'm not joking about that. You know, panic attacks. I know how that feels, but how he performs and stuff, you can hear, you know, his tone of how he sings. Like that's Bobby. You know, it's Bobby Brown. You know, you can hear that in their voice,
And especially the other one.
but the rest of them you don't really know. It may vary for each person. You'll be like, wait a minute, that's that person. So it's really expect the unexpected. I
Let
would
me.
also love to appear on a scary TV show, like
Ooh,
anything horror rise. I love horror movies too,
yeah, I know. I
and
seen
I would love that.
because I know that you and your mom is a big fan of Halloween. So
We do. We love. My
yeah.
family loves Halloween and Star Wars. I would love to appear on Star Wars on the TV show or voice act. I would love that.
So how is it like? Do you see yourself on Broadway in the near future?
Oh, oh, I, uh, I, I see myself Broadway and Hollywood. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, hopefully they're getting more accepting. You know, with, you know, I'm, you know, I mean, I would love to. I would love to. I definitely would. I mean, it seems really hard, but it doesn't look as bad as people think it would be. But right now, there's a lot of things that need to be included in the entertainment world. You know, having more people with disabilities be involved.
I
You know,
agree about that.
because they'll cast. I'm not going to be. I'm not trying to be prejudiced. They'll cast someone like, let's just say, Clara Danes. She plays an autistic woman, Temple Grandin. Now she did a great job, but they seem to really do this to every actor and actress that has no disability. They literally do this with everybody that has no disability. They'll
Mm-hmm.
study the person, like they'll literally study a person with autism spectrum disorder or any type of disability, but they would have their big famous actors play a disabled person.
Oh,
Like why not have, someone who's already experienced that? Oh, we can't work with them. We don't know
I
how to work with
agree
us.
about that. Why not have a that's just like with us, with interviewing people and stuff like that. You want to have people that have disabilities, not just on camera, but in the back of the camera as well too.
Well, yeah, that's what we need, more inclusion and stuff. People need to be more open-minded on, but in the entertainment business, like there needs to be more of that. I mean, they've had, a lot of big names that have autism and stuff, but it's still not enough to really include everybody because we're not quite there yet. I mean, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm not gonna lie. There still needs to be a lot of things that need to be fixed. And, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but that's just, we need more inclusion.
Well, since we were talking about documentaries and stuff like that, and being TV shows and stuff like that, would you want to have your own documentary sometime? Like a documentary on the like a documentary on you, like the life and story of Jessica Levesque.
I would love to actually. I would actually do that. Just really talk about my story. The stories people would be really surprised about. I mean, there are certain things I'll have to leave out, but how, for the movie documentary, I don't want it to go too deep, but how, yeah, I would love to do that. I would definitely be all for to talk about how my life went from point A to point B. That'd be a really great thing to really talk about my story and how I did all this.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Jess, for taking the time out for me to interview you.
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure.
You're welcome. I'm your host, Angelic Everett, and this has been another episode of the Angelic Everett Show. And thanks, Jess, for coming out of your busy schedule for me to interview you. I am Angelique, and I'm rocking it.